Cool. Rashid, just starting off, how happy are you? Obviously, with last season, you were not here, and with everything. Just how happy were you with the performance of the team this year, and what do you think, Coach brought as well to this performance?
Well, quite happy, definitely. Especially last year and a year before, we were bottom of the table, and then we coming up, finishing the top of the table, and then winning the final. And I think we got most points in the group stages as well. That something was amazing, and winning 5 with these 6 games with the bonus point, I think that's unbelievable. And it shows how everyone contributed in the win, and I'm so happy, the way we have contributed as a team. It's not like depending on 1 or 2 guys, but overall everyone is contributing. If it's like 1 wicket or someone has scored 15 runs, it's crucial for the team at that time, and I felt credit goes to each and everyone. And the way we got the support from the backup head coach Robbie, and the way they kept the environment was something very special.
Congratulations, guys. Robin, for you, you're obviously part of a very proud franchise that's won a lot of trophies, Mumbai, and we know the Cape Town supporters also. There's a lot of expectation from them. It couldn't have been easy after the first 2 years of SA20 finishing bottom of the table. How did you handle that because you must have gone into the season with a certain amount of pressure, and in a way it must be easy to to react to that pressure.
Yeah, I think every time you're involved with Mumbai Indians, you're expected to win, and I think it's no different. Even though the first 2 years we did try our best, things didn't work out, and then bringing Rash back, getting Boult here, and a couple of new additions definitely made the difference, not only in the dressing room but on the field as well with the experience, and just a couple of fresh faces. Just it's amazing how it's just changed the environment a little bit. So no, there is always pressure when you're with MI. It's a proud franchise, but the one thing I have to say that they do back us quite a bit. So that backing and that allowing us to give it another crack. We've got to be thankful to the owners and the management above us.
My question for Rashid. Rashid, do you think 180 was enough on the board midway through, or not any few less here and there more?
Well, I think the way wicket was behaving, I think the later it was getting dark, and the behavior of the wicket was a bit changing, and I felt like anything 170 plus will be a good score. And it's a final as well, big game. Both the teams are under huge pressure, and I think that was a kind of total. I was happy. The bowling unit we have, we have to accept that total. Team giving that extra 20-25 runs, we have that bowling unit where we can, restrict that to, if the score is 180, you can restrict that 160, 150. So that's the kind of bowling unit we have, and I think I was pretty much confident with the total we put on the board. Yes, we didn't manage how it should be, how we started, but I felt this is still a good total on this ground, this wicket, in the final as well.
Robbie, you had quite a big reliance on local players. I mean, your 2 overseas guys that most are sitting here. But can you just talk about that kind of balance between how do you decide which local players you're going to back and how you balance against international players?
Yeah, I think the local players we brought in are internationals too. People often forget that. So it was just about balancing the team, what skill sets we need. There was we planned it. It was just happened by design, basically. So we're just thankful that most of the guys in our team, whether they're local or international standards, so it made it a little bit easier.
Hi Rashid, just a personal question for you. AB de Villiers has been a big role model for you growing up. What does it mean to you to win a trophy here in South Africa? AB de Villiers is here watching the match. So how does it feel just for you winning this tournament?
Well, it's beautiful, I think first year when we were not doing well, I think AB was coming and chatting with me and giving me so much of that positive energy there. And well, it's a special feeling, to be an overseas captain coming here and winning. I think it's a big win for us, and winning SA20 is not like an easy, you have to work very hard as a team, and that's something I think this year we put effort as a team, and super happy the way we played each and every game, and you can't ask better than this.
Trent, this
competition's been interesting because the conditions have been quite as South African as they have been other times. You don't often see turn in a white ball game with the Wanderers. Did that take a lot of application to come to terms with the conditions this time, from a mental application from the Wanderers?
Yeah, obviously I was very excited to get the opportunity to come to this part of the world. It's a proud sporting nation. It's an exciting place to play cricket. I've played a little bit of red ball cricket here, but not a lot of white ball cricket. And the wickets were probably different to what I expected. But that's the challenge with playing cricket around the world. It's about adjusting to those conditions, and I thought the whole group collectively have done that throughout the season. And it's one of the things about South Africa. It's such a big country, and the conditions are a lot different around the place. So I thought we did that very well. I thought the ball swung around at the right time. It was nice to see it moving around tonight. And yeah, just a great way to top off the season. It's been a long season, but the boys have fought hard, so they deserve it.
Trent, you played franchise cricket around the world. What, outside of winning the tournament tonight, what's been like? What have you enjoyed about the SA20 specifically and being in the country?
Yeah, as I mentioned, a very proud nation of sports followers, be it rugby, be it cricket, whatever it is. You guys get behind their teams. Newlands was a fantastic place to call our home. Obviously had a great record there, 5 from 5, and you could feel that support in the crowd. And you've got beautiful stadiums here, sold out, and to have a final in an occasion like that, 30,000 people, it felt like we were in Cape Town, to be honest. And yeah, I know there'll be a lot of proud people back down south that have been hurting the last couple of years, but to turn it around third time lucky, it's been a great feeling.
Coach, in terms of the team that you coach on the local level versus the team that this one is, the Shepherd winning team, the makeup of it is quite different. On the local level, you coach a team that's like quite young versus the team which has a lot of international players and stars. Talk about how different your approach is when you're coaching these types of guys on this level of cricket versus on the local side. Something that maybe local coaches can learn going forward.
Good luck. I think you ask them that question. Yeah, listen, I think these guys are professionals, man. They play franchise cricket around the world, even the local guys. I mean, there is a big difference. One team you're developing, the other team you're just trying to make sure that the environment's right for them to perform at their optimum level. So I hope we manage to achieve that. I'd like to think so at my Cape Town this year, and then I've got to get back to the Warriors for 50 over cricket with nobody watching on Friday. But no, I really enjoy that. That's a labour of love, and it's always good to rub shoulders with the calibre of players like Trent and Rashid in franchise cricket.
Trent, you now completed the entire set with the Mumbai Indians family. Just what is it about them that brings the best, not just out of you, but just out of the franchise, all the franchises that they've played under the Mumbai Indians family?
Yeah, it was in the back of my mind as I got off the bus this morning or this afternoon. But yeah, I think firstly count myself very fortunate to obviously be involved with such a great franchise. Been lucky to play for all their teams around the globe, and yeah, to lift a 4th trophy. I don't know what you call it, but I'll have to come up with a name myself because I'm the only one to do it. But yeah, no, just very lucky, and like Coach has mentioned, we've got very great owners that give us a great environment to go out and perform, do our job. Obviously expect us to do a good job, and I think the coaching staff this year has been phenomenal. Mitch McClinnigan's played a huge role with the bowling coach role, and Robbie has been phenomenal as well. So it's a good balance. I think the boys travelled extremely well throughout the season. Doesn't mean too much until you get to the final, and yeah, to tick it off, obviously a great feeling.
Hi, Trent. It's me. Oh, you. So, 4 overs, 9 runs, and 2 wickets. Normally, we are not used to see such bowling pickers in this format, and that too in a final match. So, what was going through in your mind when you were bowling, and Kediso also bowled so well? So, did you give advice to each other?
Yeah, throughout the whole season, to be honest. Yeah, I enjoy bowling with KG. Phenomenal bowler, world-class bowler, and he's stood up at various times in this tournament. But yeah, tonight, final. Always think you're in control as a bowler. Obviously, you dictate the play, and I felt like I just stepped back in that role and just try to control where I put the ball. So I did mention to Rash that I wanted a fourth in a row, but he told me to be patient.
My turn.
But no, I think the boys were great. The whole occasion, the boys stood up nicely with the bat, and yeah, 180, as we mentioned in the final, is a good total, and the boys went to work with the ball. So yeah, all round great performance.
Hi Trent, well done tonight. I just wanted to know how much pressure did you guys put on yourselves? I mean, obviously topping the table and then finishing first. How much did you guys, what sorts of conversations were you guys having heading into today and even today before the game?
Yeah, I think we kept it very similar throughout the whole campaign. As we mentioned, guys have stood up in different parts of the tournament. It's been a true collective effort. When I got here, January 1 or whatever it was, and walked into the changing room, you could sense that real feeling of unity. Boys wanted to play for each other, and those are a couple of very good ingredients in any kind of championship winning side. So that's been the main thing. Guys have just kept it very simple, backed each other, and yeah, won the toss, bat, put runs on the board, and yeah, the experience with the bowling attack, stood up at the right time. So yeah, all around great effort throughout the season.
Coach, a question you discussed about how the established players were, really good at the campaign. Both on the local talent, local South African players, and the kind of belief that you showed, have the management showed on them throughout the tournament. The guys like Brevis and SIUs really stepping up in the final.
Yeah, I mean, all the South African boys the journey started last year with Rix and Rashid at the top, laying the foundation with the bat. And it's great to see Brevis's evolution over the last 2 years and coming into this tournament and making it his own. I thought he played fantastically well. And then at the back end, you saw what Connor Esterhuizen can do, the rookie we picked last year. So for both of them to play in a final on a big occasion is really a thrill for the franchise and just, the faith we want to show in young players over here. So it was great to see. We have another one in the wings, Tristan Lewis, that can bowl quick. So it was just great to see, the local boys stepping up, and alongside some really quality international players which we brought in.
Robbie, a word on your support team, your technical team. What have they brought?
I mean, I can't speak highly enough. Hashim Amla, Mitch McLennan, and Kerr van Wyk. We're going with physios, massage guys, the logistics team. I mean, what you see on the cricket field, you're just looking at the skills, but it takes a lot. There's a lot behind the team. So they've been phenomenal, and this franchise, they do put a lot of emphasis in the operations. So, from a skills perspective, I can't speak highly of Hashim. Today's batting chat to the group was spot on. He was able to get them in the right frame of mind today, and then just Mitch, his attention to detail around putting a plan together against your opposition is probably second to none, to be honest, in terms of the guys I've worked with before. So, I can't. And then our fielding this competition, Kriya has done an amazing job, and his attention to detail, who needs to be where at various stages of the game when we're fielding. I mean, our fielding was probably some of the best in the competition this summer.
Robbie, how was the local knowledge of the guys from up north like Kagiso and Gilwolf and Ryan and those guys? Did they play a role in balancing out playing all conditions in South Africa, just bring another dimension to the team?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of guys that play across the different teams in South Africa. It just so happens that when we played the final, we had 6 guys from the Lions walking onto the park, so it did play a role. They wanted to bowl first, and then we said bat first. So I guess they were wrong to that. But no, they've been fantastic. It's great to have local knowledge, but you can sit with the knowledge, but to try and impart it and have the confidence to give it to Captain Trent Boult, is really something that also has to be done. Often you can keep that information because you don't have the confidence, but I think the nature of this pair just makes it so easy to operate and give that information across, and that spreads like wildfire within the team.
Thank you, MI team, and thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, just